Hey everyone, this is Zach. I'm going to show you today how to create an S3 bucket in Amazon Web Services. So what an S3 bucket is it's essentially a private cloud that companies use that is set up in Amazon Web Services. So a company can have multiple buckets to store multiple different things like that to keep things easily organized. And AWS, Amazon Web Services, essentially is a platform with a bunch of different types of services that you can see here to help make developers and cycles a lot simpler. So today I'm going to show you how to create one of these S3 buckets to save files and things like that. So there's multiple ways to do it. The boring way is to just do it on the website, but how I'm going to show you how to create it is through the terminal using the Amazon Web Services command line interface, or AWS CLI. So we're just going to check to make sure that it's up and running on my computer, which it is. We can set the version info, and then I'll show you how to actually create the bucket. So first we type in AWS. That lets the terminal know uh, what we need it to do. So it lets it know that we're going to use the AWS CLI. Then we specify what service in AWS we want to use, and it's S3 for the S3 bucket, and it's connecting through an API. And then finally we input the command. We'll know what we want to have happen in AWS, and we want to create a bucket. So it's as simple as typing create dash bucket. And from there, we just configure our bucket. So first, we're going to give it a name. And you want to give it a unique name because companies can have dozens of these buckets set up to store information. So you want to make sure from a bunch of different buckets. So we're going to do package, family, secret, recipe. And so that's a out. And then we're going to set what region it is going to be backed up to. So Amazon has multiple server locations set up across the US where you can save all your information to, and it makes it pretty simple. The closest one to us is in Oregon, so we're going to see, and the Oregon one is US region or US West 2, and this is not the default location for AWS. That's actually US East 1. So to make sure that it knows that we actually want to put this in US West 2 in Oregon, we just need to further configure it by doing create bucket configuration. And then we put a location constraint on that, again, to make sure that the system knows we want it actually in. And then from there, we can just do more configuration as needed. I'll show you real quick how to set up permissions on it so that you can decide who can see and add and edit the files you have in your bucket. So the way we do that is through this ACL command right here. And so we're going to make this particular bucket public so that our family members can get in and add pictures or files or whatever they want to it. So the way we do that is we type in public read write. And so if we hit enter here, there we go. It spits out a location of where this new bucket has been created with the and let's go check back at the Amazon website and see if that showed up. So we refresh, and there it is. There's our bucket. So package family secret recipe. It's a public bucket, like I said, so anyone can who has access to my Amazon Web Services account can get in and add files and things like that to it. And then